Hello and welcome to episode number 238 of WITM, in which, for the first time in a while, we have two WITM matchups. As first of all, we have a rematch of Corey's NXT debut, as he's going to be taking on Aleister Black. And then in the main event, immediately following that matchup, in episode 239, Andrew, under the orders of NXT General Manager William Regal as part of Andrew's consequences for rebooking the card the week he was acting NXT General Manager and trashing Regal's office, will defend his NXT Championship in what could very well be his final match in an NXT ring, as he defends his NXT Championship inside of a six-man Hell in a Cell for the first time ever on NXT Hell in a Cell matchup against all top five contenders to the NXT Championship: Cassius Ohno, Oni Lorcan, Johnny Gargano, Eric Young, and Ty Dillinger. So let's get NXT TakeOver Brooklyn underway. We start off with a non-title match between Hideo Itami and Drew McIntyre, and it's going to be a victory for Drew McIntyre. Next, we have Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane of Sandy defending the NXT Tag Team Championships with Eric Young as part of that NXT Championship match against Breezango. And Sandy will remain the NXT Tag Team Champions. We have a non-title matchup between former Sandy member Sawyer Fulton and Andrade Cien Almas. And it's going to be a victory for Andrade Almas. Alicia Fox defends her NXT Women's Championship against Ember Moon. And we have a new NXT Women's Champion. Ember Moon has come so close so many times, including that amazing rivalry with former NXT Women's Champion and WITM member Serena. She finally captures the NXT Women's Championship, defeating Alicia Fox. We have a triple threat matchup between R-Truth, Goldust, and Tommaso Ciampa. And it's going to be R-Truth pick up the victory over his former Golden Truth tag team partner Goldust, as well as Tommaso Ciampa. And now here we go with our episode 238 matchup. Corey, he was hoping to be in the match following this one for the NXT Championship and a possible ticket back to the main roster. However, he does still get a big matchup on the NXT TakeOver Brooklyn card at one of, if not the biggest shows of the year for NXT at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, the same arena where SummerSlam will be held. And he's going to get opportunity to not only get back on track, but get a small measure of revenge, as in Corey's debut match in NXT, he took on Aleister Black in what was a great back and forth matchup, but it did turn out to be a loss for Corey, and that became a downward spiral of Corey starting off his NXT career with, I believe, 4 or 5 straight losses. Corey, he's won just one match without Andrew in his corner. Can he pick up his second victory and get back on the right track, trying to climb up towards those rankings and potentially get a title shot at NXT TakeOver Houston in 3 months? Let's find out if Corey can get on winning, can climb further up the top 10 and maybe even into the top 5 as he takes on a tough test in Aleister Black here in episode 238. Let's get underway. And also our song for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn is Bleeding in the Blur by Code Orange. There might be a little bit of swearing in this. I believe I heard an S word, so just a fair warning. Anyway, let's get underway.
Don't change the channel. We have singles action coming up.
No one's going to change any channel.
We have one of the best talents on the roster to date, taking on some tough competition.
And your guess is as good as mine as who will win this one.
Carry on.
And here we go.
Singles action is underway, and in this
Will
one,
Corey
I'm
remain in the
attempting to
top
predict what's
10
going to
and
happen.
get revenge over the man who defeated him in his NXT debut? Or will he slide down the rankings and prove what
Two superstars going head to head.
the point that people have been trying to make since before Corey B even became part of the WWE, that he is nothing without Andrew in his corner.
Wow, check that out.
Big DDT by Corey.
That was awesome.
Reversal by Aleister Black. Arm drag by Corey. Reversal and arm drag by Black. Knee to the head of Corey. Black with an elbow strike to the head. And Aleister Black looking to take flight. Wants Corey on his feet. And a diving punch connects. Stomp to the body. There's another. And a stomp to the arm. And still Black targeting that arm with stomps. And yet again, really trying to get rid of the power and strength of Corey by targeting those arms early on. And again, going after that arm.
He's starting to stumble here. He's going to have to cut off his opponent's offense quickly.
Look at this guy.
Reversal by Corey.
What we're seeing right now.
Well, it's hard to argue that, but I'd say this one could go either way.
And reversal by Black. Corey cannot allow his opponents to have a prolonged period of offense, as is beginning to happen for Aleister Black. That's how he's lost so many of his matchups. And the diving attack will connect, but that took something out of Black as well. And Black's getting fired up. Corey trying to crawl over to the ropes to get back to his feet, but stomped on by Black. Corey will roll up and get back to his feet, and reversal by Corey into a neck breaker. Looking for ground elbow strikes. They connect.
Brutal attack to the top of the head.
Now mounted punches.
That's all it takes.
And they'll connect.
He's not looking like himself here. He looks to be a little
Stomp to the hip.
right now.
Come on, you and I both.
And again, mounted punches.
Isn't going to end this guy's night. In fact, it
Forces
might
Black
make it
on his
stronger.
feet, goes for
That
cover.
can't be enough, can it? I don't think so. Look at this.
And we'll get a 2 count before Black powers out.
He gets out of trouble there.
Reversal by Aleister Black and gets back to his feet. Spinning back fist. Irish whip into the ropes. Puts Corey on the apron.
I don't know if we've seen that
And a
from
middle
him
rope
before. I mean, it's
DDT by
definitely a
Aleister
first
Black.
time. This is great.
Drags
This guy'll
Corey
try
closer to
anything.
center ring. Goes for cover.
Here's a cover. Oh, what an escape.
And
As
Corey
he gets
powers
the
out at
shoulder
2.
up at 2.
Man, I thought that was going to be enough, Cole.
Reversal.
Corey with a slam into a
Here's
cover.
That's not gonna
And
do it.
Nope, not by a
Black
long
powers
shot.
out at 2.
There's a fight left in this superstar.
Kick to the back. And a running attack to the head of Aleister Black.
Maneuvers like that put
Forces
everybody in
Black
danger.
up.
No kidding, that's awful.
Expanding the
back into a seated
repertoire of that
position.
move.
Punch to the head of Black. Forces Black into a seated position once again, and a running attack to the head of Aleister Black. Now coming off the ropes with a leg drop.
Why not? If it's working, don't change it.
And Black is going to roll to avoid the stomp.
Man, that was some miss,
Irish
all
whip by
right.
Corey.
I could feel the breeze all the way over here.
And Irish whip into the other corner.
He's
But reversal by Black.
Butt kicking right here.
Boy, he was able to reverse and get out of that.
Reversal
Not
by
looking good
Corey.
here. I'm not sure how much more he has
Corey
to give.
sustaining a good period of offense here at this point in the match, during the tides.
Yeah, but at some
There's a
point,
huge
one of these guys
cutter
is
out of
gonna
nowhere
get
by
hit.
Aleister
That
Black, and
punch
he's
is
getting
what
fired
we're looking
up.
at here. If he keeps up this pace, this could turn real ugly real fast.
But reversal by
He
Corey.
gets out of trouble there.
Very nicely
Kick to the
done.
back. Forces Black to his feet.
He's in full
Savior
on
kick
attack
evaded by
mode now.
Black. And a kick evaded by Black.
Looks like he's starting
There's
to
a suplex.
Guys, this is where we find out what he's made of.
You got that right,
Stomp
Michael.
to the
This
arm.
is where we find out exactly what this guy
And
is
again,
made of.
targeting
You know,
that
Michael,
right
I
arm of
truly
Corey.
appreciate the respect being shown in this one. But it might be time to curb that respect
Forces
a bit.
Corey to his
Show
feet.
off some of that killer instinct.
Yeah, respect only gets you so far, King. You
And
gotta
a
win.
series of punches and strikes by Black. Now
He's
kicks.
moving like a man possessed.
Corey will catch the leg and reversal by Corey to force Black down to the canvas.
He gets out of trouble
The
there.
reversal by Black and he gets back to his feet. There's a punch and a big neck breaker. Drags Corey closer to center ring and goes, or doesn't go for a cover. Curb stomping the chest of Corey.
Close to being over. He's going for
Now Black wants to take flight. This time he's going top turnbuckle.
Boy, he is really tired now. That tank of his has to be reading empty.
And
it has to be
a variation of Finn Balor's coup de grace connects and a stomp to the chest. Goes for cover.
I think he's got it.
And a kick out at 2.
And
I thought this one was all
Aleister
over,
Black
King.
in
You can
shock.
tell that
Corey's gonna
frustration
power out
has
at
begun to
2.
set in here. After the amount of punishment he suffered, it's simply amazing that he's still in this one.
And now taking a quick seat here before getting back to work. Reversal by Corey.
This is a level
Big
of
DDT, and
destruction
that's going to
no one
bust
was
open
expecting.
Aleister
I
Black.
certainly didn't expect to see this kind of damage.
Forces
no.
Black
I
up.
think he's bleeding from that last shot.
And this time the Savior kick will connect to that bloody head of Black, and Corey's getting fired up. Forces Black to his feet, but reversal by Black.
Get out of that. And he hits him with an impressive
And a
combination
kick
of
to
kicks.
force Corey to see a position now.
Now this is punishment. I've never
Several
heard
more
victory
kicks
by
to the
using
chest of
same move,
Corey.
but we could see it here tonight.
Well, it seems to be working fine so far.
Ending with the roundhouse to the head.
For the pin and the
Black
win.
goes for cover.
Looking to catch him off guard
And
there,
Corey
I guess.
powers out
Yeah,
at
but
2.
I think a little too early in this match for that to be successful. Just when you thought it was over. Wow.
Forces Corey up. Reversal by Corey.
Nice reversal.
Punch by Corey.
He finds
And
himself
reverse
in some big
DDT.
trouble here. There's a good
Now
chance
Corey
he
looking
can't
for that
recover from
scissor
this.
kick.
And Michael, he clearly loves using his finisher. It's just too bad.
Is Corey about to get a victory in his NXT pay-per-view debut? There's a scissor kick to that bloody head of Black. Will Corey win his pay-per-view debut for NXT? He will. It's a victory for Corey. He will move up in the top 10, get revenge over Aleister Black, and win his NXT TakeOver debut.
That's an impressive victory, guys.
They both gave it their all. But in the end, we were left with the best man standing.
And that was the end of this one-on-one match. I hope you enjoyed it as much as this live crowd appears to have enjoyed it.
All right, so Corey will rise up the top 10. Now we'll likely need to climb up to at least the number one contendership. Well, obviously, that's a number one contendership slot in order to earn himself a title match at NXT TakeOver Houston in 3 months against the winner of this following match. The first ever Hell in a Cell in NXT, in which Andrew will defend his NXT championship in what could be his final NXT match against all top 5 contenders to the NXT championship. Cassius Ohno, former NXT champion Oney Lorcan, Johnny Gargano, Eric Young, and Ty Dillinger. So that huge matchup will take place in episode number 239. Until then, this is Corey, signing off.